Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book Rich Dad and Poor Dad, written by the American author Robert T. Kiyosaki, in collaboration with the American Sharon Lichter, is one of the pioneering and well-known books in the field of investment, money, and business, as there are attempts and ideas to help people build real wealth and reach the degree of financial independence through many means and methods. So this book was very popular among readers. So in this article we presented the brief summary of it. Summary of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book The Rich Father and the Poor Father is located within 244 pages, and it is divided into 10 chapters, through which the writer presented in a narrative style of realistic events and stories, tips and secrets that help a person to become rich and how to invest and build his own financial project in a smart way, using the term poor father and the term rich father to explain the difference between the class of the poor and the rich and their view of money and how to collect it and achieve wealth, as explained on the cover under the headline, What the Rich Teach and the Poor and the Middle Class Do Not Teach Their Children About Money. And in the lines the following is a brief summary of some of the chapters in this book. Summary of Chapter 1. The Story of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki narrates an aspect of his childhood distributed between his real father, who was a professor at the university and gave him various tips on how to obtain a stable job that will secure him from poverty, and he was called the poor father, and between the father of his friend who didn't complete his education but was self-made, successful in his work, and owner of wealth, and he used to give him advice on how to earn money, and he was called the rich father. Through his story with these two parents, the author explains the intellectual trends about money and its acquisition. Summary of Chapter 2. The Rich Don't Work to Make Money. In this chapter of the book, the author talks about the mentality that the rich enjoyed until they become so, represented by making money flow behind them and not the other way around, meaning that they have the courage and spirit of risk to go through the battlefields of life, and their concern was not to obtain a specific job with safe consequences in order to obtain money. This was their way to obtain wealth, unlike the poor who always take the safe path and refuse to go through new experiences that may constitute the opportunity of a lifetime for them. Chapter 3 Summary. Why is financial literacy taught? In the same anecdotal style that the writer follows in the various chapters, this chapter of the book includes talk about the concept of financial culture and the importance of recognizing its true meaning, indicating that the important thing is not the amount of money that an individual earns, but rather the amount of what is kept from it and how to deal with it and manage it in order to serve him, in addition to clarifying the concept of assets, anything that brings money to your piggy bank, and the concept of liabilities, anything that reduces money from your piggy bank. The main themes in the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book Rich Dad, Poor Dad is based on a set of basic and main axes, including the following: the existence of effective means and methods to achieve wealth and obtain money, followed by the rich other than those methods used by the poor, which are not effective from the point of view of the writer. How to manage the money that an individual gets and invest it in a way that generates extra money for him. The importance of having a business for the individual himself and not looking at the fixed job as a safety valve.